Herschel Walker joins us now from Dallas, Texas. So you are at odds with many African Americans who support the defund the police movement. How did that happen?
Well, it happened through truth. Truth is, this country was built on laws, and do we have a long ways to go? Yes, we do. But do we do it this way? No, we don't. And I believe in the police. I believe in the laws. And I think my father, who was born in the South with racism, taught his kids to respect the police, but also educated his kids to go out and become lawyers and doctors, and you change things within the system. You don't go out and fight the system, because who live by the sword would definitely die by the sword.
Okay. Now, in your life, you have been fabulously successful, and it has been because of your talent and hard work. University of Georgia, Dallas Cowboys, New York Giants, Minnesota Vikings. You're a football legend. But before you got there, when you were a younger person, a kid, did the cops hassle you?
Well, they didn't hassle me when I was a little kid. They hassled my father. But today, I have some police officers that may hassle me, and but that's only a few, and that's why I support the police, because there's bad everywhere, and 99.9% of the police are very good people. They're out defending this country. I support the military. I support the flag. And what's sad is because I disagree with some of my African American friends and some of my Caucasian friends today, I'm been called a name. I'm been called all this, and I'm saying that's what's so beautiful about America is I have a right to choose, but they want to take that right from me.
No, they
And
want to demonize you if you disagree with them. Now, your
well,
dad, you said your dad was hassled, all right?
yes,
How did
yes.
he handle that, and what did he say to you about it?
Well, he had four boys and three girls. He got a bunch of grandkids today, and he told us to be respectful. But he also educated us to say yes, sir, and no, sir, and obey the law. And and he always said, let me do the dirty work. Let him handle the dirty work. And what I mean by that is I wanted to be a police officer. A lot of people don't know I wanted to go to the FBI. I spent a little time at the academy there in Quantico just training, and I spent some time at the police academy doing some different things. And defunding the police was a terrible idea. Maybe they didn't mean defunding the police. They may have meant something else. But my thing is, I want most people that is unhappy with the United States to go to a country that has no laws, that do or has a police department that is ran by the government. That I want them to be happy, because this is the United States of America. And I think we got to remember that. I'm sad that they're destroying all these monuments. Most of the young kids today don't even know what those monument are. They don't even know what they stood for. I asked some of the kids, do you know about the Civil War? And they know the South and the North fought and all. They don't really know a lot of this. And, all this racism. I'll tell you one of the worst racist thing I ever heard. And I know about racism because I grew up there. One of the worst racist thing I've ever heard is I heard Senator Kamala Harris call Joe Biden a racist in a debate. And the next thing I knew is then she going to be his running mate as vice president, because he now think he should elect a black woman to be his running mate. I think that's racist, because why don't you elect someone that is great for the job? Don't put no one in because they're black. That's the problem we have today. You win things by the merit of who you are, not by the color of your skin. And that's what I preach all the time. People don't want to hear it. We've come a long ways. I heard a debate the other day with my great Miss Owens, and people asked her, why do you like that statement President Trump made, make America great again? And they said, oh, why? Did he like the way it was years ago? And I'm like, that's not what the statement means. Make America great again means that it's better than it was during my Martin Luther King days. It's better than it was during my father's days. It is even better when I was a little boy. It's better today than it was when I was a little boy. And it's up to me to make it even better for my kids. Will I ever see totally equality? No, I may not, but I'm going to strive to get it.
Well, if
And
you
you don't.
compare us to most of the other countries in the world, we certainly compete on trying. Most
Yes.
Americans are trying. You're always going to have bad people. I
And we
admire
got
your
good people
father,
here.
by
We
the
have
way.
great people here.
Yeah,
We
I
have
know.
wonderful people here, and everybody's trying. And it's sad that now, because you try and you don't, people don't like what you say, you call a racist. So
I
everybody
know.
get all
I know.
nervous about
But
that
don't
word.
worry
And
about that, Herschel.
it
The
is
import,
absolutely,
the
it's
important people
terrible.
respect you. Always remember, the important people respect you. The gutter
And I don't
snipes.
care. This was a funny bill. I honestly don't care because the truth hurts. Because I'm a Christian, and I'm not telling anyone who to believe in. I love the Lord Jesus, but people would take the Bible and interpret out of the Bible what they want to interpret because they want to be happy. They want to be happy with whatever they're doing. But I say the truth is the truth, whether you like it or not. One of the things that I like about this president today, and people say, "What are you?" I've known President Trump. I've known him since 1980,
Yeah, you played
83.
for him when he owned the New Jersey Generals.
He was my first boss. He's one of my best friends. I've known him forever. But one thing I know about him, this man helped fund the historical black colleges when people that's been in the Senate. Joe Biden has been in the Senate. He's been a vice president for years. Not one time did they ever do that. This person here helped to, reform the prison system. Has anyone did that? No, they didn't do that. So it's not what someone says; it's the deeds that they do.
Yeah.
And I
All
see
right. Now,
these
I got
boys
one more question for
not
you.
like it.
The National Football League's on a bad track. You know that. The peer pressure now to kneel on every team, and you saw what happened to Drew Brees, is going to alienate many, many fans. So the fans are going to be angry with the league. I don't think they're even going to play the national anthem when the players are on the field. They'll probably do it when they're in the locker room. But there's going to be, signals and this, that, and the other thing. This is going to be a rough season for the National Football League. Do you agree?
I totally disagree. And let me tell you, I disagree with Drew Brees. I disagree with Drew Brees because when I first heard his statement, I didn't think he said anything wrong because he said, I'm standing because my father, I think he said my father, my grandfather fought in a war, and that was his family. And I said, but he's not being insensitive to the African American players. What he needs to do is talk to them, understand what's going on with them, and say, I understand what's happening, and I'm going to support you as well. But, I still want to stand for the flag. I think for the commissioner to now say, oh, I may have made a mistake, no, you didn't make a mistake. What you're doing now is caving into the pressure.
Well, that's what I mean. I think there's going to be trouble in the NFL this fall and even in the teams. The teams are going to be divided in the locker room about certain things. It's not going to be good. Listen, Herschel, we really appreciate it. We're going to have you back. I hope you'll come back.
I will.
I think you're a very gutsy guy to put out that tweet and take the heat. But you're a patriot. I've always known that. I don't know you, but I've watched you from afar. You've always been a patriot, and I really appreciate you coming on today.
No, I thank you so much. Thank you for having me on.
Okay.
Bill O'Reilly is back on TV and only on The First. No Spin News, every weeknight at 8 p.m. Eastern, only on The First.